Hey, Dave, now here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. What's today? Wednesday, 22nd. 2 days into spring, right? Happy spring, everybody.
Trapped orders with
I
exhaustion
wanted to
box
do a
on
quick
ES.
video for my own reasoning to be able to go back and review it. I want to take a look at this trade setup and why I believe it was a good setup. Now, before this, it was coming off lows and making a move up, but the highs were up here. We had the Fed rate of a quarter, 25 basis point increase, with them saying basically that they think they may be done for a while. Anyway, so one of the things that I learned today is called SLV. They call it anyway. It has to do with this red star, and then there's a green star, like right here. These green stars and red stars come on the charts. Plus, the more you can find that makes sense. This one was 309% going up. This was 11%. You see the little faces here on the charts. And then you see this is a setup bar right here. And then you see the move going down. So I made profit well before this went down there, but I wanted to. So they call this SLV, which stands for
Potential TXF on ES.
Sniper thing here. This is for my own information as I'm putting this SLZ or SLV. Let me double check and see what it's not SLV, it's SLZ. It stands for low star, low volume score. This is kind of cool. I've been looking for a way to trade high volume and low volume. I bet you they have a high volume too in some of their, or maybe you can find one. But numbers print above the charts at 309% right here on. So you had what they call this ends up being what's called an ODD trade, and it combines that with the SLZ side of it. So it was a valid, my opinion, it was a valid setup coming down to take this on. So I ended up doing okay for the day. I had some issues earlier.
Trapped orders with exhaustion box on
MQ. 95 ticks.
Potential TX on RVY.
Jesus, lady never stops talking. Got above 52,000 again. Here I am above 52. Goal is to get to 53 and beyond and get one of these accounts up to 56, 55, 56,000, and then I request my first withdrawal. So one of the prerequisites of another of the ODD, which stands for the oscillator, is that as you're making a new high, you want to be below 80%, and anything below 80% off the new high. So it topped out. This goes with the trade setup that I like to do, right? I go like after this, and then it kind of tops out,
potential TBS,
and then it comes back down. It's one of my favorite trading setups that I like. You know, the GAN fourth time through. So I'm still trying to follow the way I look at stuff, but also the way they look at stuff too. It's going to take some time to get that comfort level.
Trapped orders with exhaustion box on
this is a setup I really like. Wish that lady would stop talking. So there's a lot of alerts on this on the ES, by the way. This is RTY, which is the Russell Index, and I'm still learning how to trade the RTY. It seems to flow a little bit better than CL, but you know I'm a glutton for punishment. I trade the CL, and probably should just maybe I'll get away from it, but it has been the baby that I have tried to adopt to over many years. That it's a little little finicky baby that doesn't really like me some days and likes to take lots of money from me. Sounds like, look at that right there, though, 707% coming on the upside off of this zone of control right there. So there's a nice up move. And you know, there's been a lot of them after the Fed release today.
Potential
So I just wanted to
SLZ
make
and
a quick
MQ.
recording to talk about, let's move back, this setup. This is a setup that I wanted to put in my notes.
Potential TXF on MQ.
And they call it SLZ.
Trapped orders with exhaustion box on MQ.
And you also had what I believe they call an ODD. It's the percentage detector. So you have a high print at a high number, and then you have a low print. This is the best way it's set up, and then you have the trade setup itself. You take this
Potential
bar right
TX
here
on ES.
and you run it down. Obviously, if you've got a couple contracts, maybe you can get more profit. You can see I go after 2 contracts at 14 ticks.
Potential
It works out
TX
to
on
be
ES.
$140. Sometimes I get more, sometimes I get less, depending upon how I place the stop. But I'm going after 14 ticks. You can almost see the setup there.
Potential TX on MQ.
This lady just never stops talking. Oh, anyway, nice little setup here. Once again,
Potential
you
TX
had
on ES.
a bunch of things coming in here, but the things that I noticed that I wanted to point out was this right here. And the setup is basically, it goes and makes a new high, it comes down a little bit, makes another high with weaker volume. I haven't been able to really find a way with NinjaTrader to understand how to read this. Now with order prints, with volume, what Daryl Martin's doing here in Apex Investing, it's finally starting to make a little bit of sense. Some of the trade setups that I really like, I'm starting to learn here. So this is called ODD, is what he calls it, but it's like a convergence divergence setup, right? You can see this here as well. The directional indicator is, this is going up and that's coming down. It's confirming that it's a weaker top.
Trapped orders with
And then you see
exhaustion
the
box
down
on
movement. You
ES.
see that being verified with the volume scores right here. Now, obviously not everything works out, but
Potential
beautiful
TX on
setup. The way
RVY.
that they,
Potential
the way,
TES on
shut
ES.
the hell up, lady.
Trapped orders with exhaustion box on RVY.
Yeah, there's a trapped orders on RTY. So anyway, so this is the ODD SLZ. What do they call it? The
Potential TX on MQ.
star. The star comes in there, by the way, right? Star. The only thing it's missing is a trapped Xbox. I don't think I saw a
Potential
trapped
TX on
Xbox.
ES.
So it might not be a perfect setup because there's no trapped Xbox. But there's a trapped Xbox here. Here's a new high on lower volume. I like this ODD setup. This is
Potential
what I
TX
like
on
to see.
RVY.
All right. So the only thing this trade is missing, perhaps, is I'm looking it over right now. They may not take it because there was no trapped Xbox above that. So no, there wasn't volume above this. But I think this is a really good setup as it relates to how they go about taking a trade, or how I take a trade. Once again,
Potential TX
very
on ES.
simple. It just barely makes a new high on lower volume, and then it comes back down.
Trapped orders with
It's
exhaustion
been
box
going
on
down.
ES.
Now watch this when I go to the right here now. So this was, oh, there's another one. This is the trade setup that I saw. This is a continuation of a trade. There's your hidden divergence trade. The only thing that's missing again is the Xbox. little red box above here. But I still like that setup right there at the low volume. The high,
Potential TDS
this
on
is,
ES.
I would consider, they call it Hidden Divergence. The only thing it's missing is a red X box above there. But that's a nice little setup outside of that.
TDS on ES.
Keep learning. All right, Dave Knight here. I just want to make a quick video for my own reference. Dave Knight, we got to see once again one of the trade setups that I learned today on my time is what they call the SLZ, which stands for the star. It works best when you can find more combined to it. So the ODD, the Oscillator Detector, did divergence, and there's the setup itself. Once again, the only thing it's really missing is a red Xbox above there, a trapped Xbox. But I think you can trade this, considering that you
Potential
have the Xbox
TX
over
on
there.
ES.
All right, Dave Knight. Talk to you later. Bye for now.